nowadays, man, we lack motivation, man. I'm here to give it back, man. At the end of the day, man, you can do what you want to do, but you got to learn to be great. I'm tired of people out here playing in the game, man. You're taking up space and opportunity. So I'm here to get this real game back to y'all. If you don't like it, get out the way, man. Because we're on a whole new era, man. And we ain't going to be stopped. Real spill. Let's get it.
It's the Plug Podcast. Fuck you, man. You already know what's going on, nigga. CrossFit, all shit. Hop up in the mosh pit. Represent the truth. And you know we finna talk shit. I play black and slow, but not slow and black. If you try to run some game, that shit will not last. Very woke and dope without the nonsense. Mine is very me, I'm in my conscience. Disregard the hate inside the comments. Plug your heart and make you start to form it. This the vibe that everybody wanted. I said, this the vibe that everybody wanted. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't you try to stop my job. Yeah, we finna get this bill. Only real ones in my squad. Alabama, where I'm posted. Back cause you ain't got motion. Niggas softer than lotion. My drip wetter than the ocean. Alabama, where I'm posted. Back cause you ain't got motion. Niggas softer than lotion. My drip wetter than the ocean. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I'm with Cross, we finna ride. Niggas talking shit, but we gon' thrive. Got the viewers running up another live. Can you hear me though? Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, I'm out. CrossFit, all shit. Hop up in the mosh pit. Represent the truth, and you know we finna talk shit. I play black and slow, but not slow and black. If you try to run some game, that shit will not last. Very woke and dope without the nonsense. Mine is very me, I'm in my conscience. Disregard the hate inside the comments. Plug your heart and make you start to form it. This the vibe that everybody wanted. I said, this the vibe that everybody wanted. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't you try to stop my job. Yeah, we finna get this bill. Only real ones. K, what you gotta say to these niggas? Yeah, real shit, real life. Here we go. Hey, I feel like Cross. I'm a motherfucking boss.
Salute everybody. We in the building. Let's go.
I tell these fuck ass niggas get lost. Coming through your chimney like I'm goddamn Santa Claus. Hey, 2023, and you know I rock my chain. Nigga, boy, I'm grown. I ain't tryna play no games. Doing what we want, and we doing what we claim. It's crazy how they pussy niggas selling out for fame. Like, look at my neck, look at my worth, nigga. I'ma shine so hard, make it hurt, nigga.
Salute everybody.
Let's go.
Blue Black Widows,
Tabernacle in the stream, the church, nigga. I'm chosen. I be in front of the camera posing. You see that choker on my neck and it's frozen. Hey, yeah, I'm chosen. I am not stressed. I passed the test. Look at my name. Look at my team. You know we gon' win. You know we gon' win. Until the end. You know what I get, Stone C, like my name is Smith. Niggas talking, but I know he ain't shit. Niggas talking, but I know he ain't shit. Run up on me, I'ma make you do flips. Do a bad flip. Niggas they cap like an actress. I don't fuck with niggas doing magic. Pull up on your mama and it's tragic, damn. Woo, 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 hey, woo, 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 hey, yeah, hey.
Salute my old man.
But you can't buy time. Every day I wake up, I'm on my grind. All that bullshit ain't on my mind. Don't need your help, my nigga, I'm fine. I'm real.
Salute. Let's go, y'all.
Riding in my whip and I be changing lane. Got my OGs saying I be staying in their brain. Cause I'm going so dumb and I hopped in the game. Everything that I got came from excessive pain. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm with Cross and you know we going live. Got a cane on my right, he by my side. Keep it square.
get on up in here. Get on up in here. Welcome to another one. It's your boy Cross, man. We back at it like crack addicts, man. We doing our thing, trying to make something bring better change. You feel me? So, salute to everybody coming in, man. If y'all looking for the merch, man, you can find Salute T. If you're looking for the merch, you can find the merch on KrossYourHeart.com. Put in the plug. You get 10% off on your order. You can follow me on all platforms at Cross Your Heart, Facebook, all those places. So that being said, you know what I mean? Salute to the people coming in, rocking with your boy. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all go subscribe to some of my homeboys, the ones I subscribe to, man. Let's keep this thing going. Let's keep moving. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to do is I want to get on this topic right here, the topic of grooming in 2023. Now, a lot of people like grooming. What do you mean? Well, you know, we talk about a lot of things on how kids are either being, being taken advantage of, manipulated, or whatever. Dime 10 was salute. So what's getting me is the fact that you have people out there, whether you want to call them predators, stalkers, whomever you want to call, that prey on vulnerable kids, right? Salute, E. Y'all trying to buy back the block. Holla at Scott, man. So we talking about this grooming thing in 2023. A lot of people don't know. So let me give y'all a little backdrop what made me look at this. So Paris Hilton, I know people don't know where she at, but Paris Hilton she just had a child, but she dropped a book. And in her book, she goes into detailing how basically she had a relationship, and a lot of these people are coming out, they had a relationship with her teacher. Now, that being said, she was in the 8th grade, but her teacher, I think, was in his 40s or whatever. But the reading was it segue off into that, but it just shows you, and a lot of people are not aware of, lately it's been an 80% increase in child grooming, where men or women have been taking advantage of these kids. So we're going to get into that, and I want to hear what y'all got to say, and we're going to build from there. But again, salute to everybody coming in, and if you got something, you want to spit, you want to put down some knowledge, you know what I'm saying, some awareness, let's please do that. Again, this is what this is about, you know what I'm saying? And we just target all areas of what. So that being said, let's do it.
It's a problem that we are now seeing all over the U.S. Just to give you a few headlines from just this month. In Oklahoma, a cheerleading coach was arrested after a student claimed he was in a 5-year sexual relationship with the 45-year-old, saying the two had sex over 300 times. A married cafeteria worker in Connecticut was accused of grooming and sexually assaulting a 14-year-old boy in her car. An elementary school teacher in California now facing up to 29 years in prison as well after allegedly grooming a 13-year-old victim, even keeping a photo of that child in her wallet. Just some of the headlines. Joining us now to discuss grooming and how to protect young children, News Nation contributor, former CIA officer, and former CIA special agent, Tracy Walter. Hi there, Tracy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So I would think most people have heard of or know Paris Hilton, new memoir out, and she's certainly drawing attention to it. Here's part of what Paris Hilton describes in her memoir of what happened to her. There's a nickname for her teacher. She writes, quote, "Mr. Abercrombie called me almost every night. We talked for hours about how amazingly mature, beautiful, and intelligent I was, how central, misunderstood, and special."
You see that? That's starting off right there. And this is part of it. Now, she goes in her memoir that tells this story. But when they sit back and reflect, it's like, wait a minute, you took advantage of me. You know what I'm saying? How special she was and all this stuff. So she's been groomed for a long time, a lot of mental things. That's why a lot of times you see when they get older, they get to acting out. And when she went through her stage and she just disappeared, you're like, wow, why is she doing all that? Yeah, I haven't, but I've been listening. They've been saying there's a lot of stuff. And one of this is like the made headline Nation News about what she said about this teacher and his pet name that he had for her and she had.
Is this sort of like the typical case of grooming, and why are we seeing so much of this now?
So, Blake, that's a great question. I think one of the biggest reasons is online access. The FBI reported in 2022 an 80% increase in online grooming activity. And
I'll see that. So we have an 80% increase in online grooming. That's amazing. 80% increase. About time. Yeah, she has trying for years. I suggest anyone. Yes, I'm telling you. You get to start seeing these after they live their life and they sit back and reflect and they have kids. They say, man, this doesn't make sense. And this is crazy.
The people that were most affected was the 12 to 15-year-old kind of age group. And those are that age group that's the newest really to social media, quite frankly. And really only 4% of the outreach in terms of grooming was really aggressive, so really obvious in nature. And I think that's probably the biggest thing leading to this increase or this spike, particularly.
Look, you're the
So like she said, 4% now. Now, this is where people don't understand about the grooming thing. 4% is like basically non-confrontational. It's not nothing aggressive. It's not taking nothing. It's giving them the attention that they lack at home. You see what I'm saying? It's like all the attention she wanted at home that she wanted from her family, she didn't get that. She got it elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And she was a big forefront person at a lot of times. Her, remember, and Lionel Richie's daughter. So ain't no telling. A lot of those kids now are now older adults and they're very mature now, and they're in their way to say, okay, yeah, this is some foul stuff, like the Feldmans, like Corey Feldman did. The two Corys also did.
Percent of the outreach in terms of grooming was really aggressive, so really obvious in nature. And I think that's probably the biggest thing leading to this increase or this spike, particularly.
Look, you're the expert, so I'm not going to second guess you, but I would just say, like, the internet's been around for years, decades. So why now? Why are we seeing this now?
So I think also, too, it's being reported more, quite frankly,
right.
And I think that's actually a really good thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my own daughter, when she was 3, was the victim of this at her school. And I think part of the issue is that, and one of the biggest things that needs to be done is that administrators need to be doing more.
And I truly agree with her on that. You know what I'm saying? Administrators need to be doing more. Parents need to be doing more because, again, they're seeing an increase because you know why? Parents are giving cell phones to kids at the age of 12, and they're just getting introduced to social media. Yeah, and those are the impressed. Exactly. You know, Paris Hilton has been speaking out for years against the programs, Dr. Phil since trouble. Yep, she sure did. There's a lot of them that did that. Bad Baby said the same thing. You know, they said it. She said about those grooming camps and things, allegedly. We'll say allegedly because we don't know, but what they said. And allegedly. So let's keep going, y'all.
In reaction to this, if you look at the case of that cafeteria worker that you mentioned in Connecticut, she was friends with a multitude of freshman boys online. And why that was not reported is mystifying to me. And if it was reported, why nothing was done about that is mystifying.
That's another thing. Think about it. And that one report with that one woman that did that. I mean, you got 15-year-old boys following you on social media and you following them. And they knew that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, people think it's harmless, but you got to ask yourself, you go to somebody's, why is everybody following? Remember back in the days, most of the teachers used to be like, hey, that was their personal life. When you saw your teacher walking around, you were shocked like she was a faint somebody. Oh, that's my teacher. Now you can now these little young kids DMing their teacher. They doing challenges with their teachers, doing songs, going viral with their teachers. This is crazy.
To me, most schools have in place a non-friend policy for teachers of any student, and I think that's a big problem.
I don't want to get into your own personal experience, but it sounds like you have some with this, and it caught my attention when you said that your child was 3. Mm-hmm. It goes up as young as 3?
Sure. I'll be very transparent about it. I'm former CIA, former FBI, but I was also a teacher as well. And so my daughter in her pre-K little class, if you will, her teacher is now serving 27 years for child pornography charges. And so it literally can happen to anyone. But I said,
that's crazy. Slugger. We in here talking about grooming, Slugger, right now, grooming in 2023, and how Paris Hilton, a lot of these people are coming out now and they're speaking on, what they went through. Paris Hilton had a relationship with her when she was in the 8th grade with her teacher, which was almost 40 years old or something to that nature. So they're talking about it's been an 80% increase on all of this on child grooming, right? And because, it's disgusting because kids are impressionable at the ages between 12 and 15.
Something. And I think that's what's the most important thing to do.
The Center for Child Protection warnings, Center for Child Protection has put forward warning signs. If we could put that on the screen real quick, and I'll just show you a few of them. They say this is what parents should look out for: targeting the kids for special attention, gifts, or activities, slowly isolating a kid from family members and friends, undermining relationships with parents and friends, and gradually pushing or crossing physical boundaries. You can see some others there as well.
You see that right there. So, yeah. So what we got is these are the 6 stages of grooming. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't necessarily have to be your child per se, but if you see a child or you have a family member, you know what I'm saying? They targeting the child. That's right. Gaining the child's caregiver's trust by saying how awesome they are and how they're a great person and this, that, and the third and all this other stuff, right? So now you have that. And then you got to go into, filling a need. That's the main thing that I always look at with these kids is what they're searching and they're looking for something that they lack. And then once they figured out what they lack, they isolate them. And then start sexualizing the relationship, saying things. And I'm going to show y'all here in a minute. And then from there, once they do that, they have complete control of that child, right? And now that child is just is in a position they're vulnerable. They don't have a say so.
Is there anything else on that list that you think should be on there, or something from that list that sort of catches your attention because it sticks more than the others?
So there's probably 2 things. I think that isolation and withdrawing that you mentioned, I think is a big thing. But I also think sudden changes in behavior of the child is a really important thing. I had a daughter who was very complacent, very kind, very shy, who turned into sort of, I guess you could say, a nightmare. And the reality is that was her reaction to what was going on. And so I think sudden changes in behavior, good or bad, are actually incredibly important to watch out for.
No, that's a good one. That is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should always be suspicious. If somebody trying to be your kid's friend, nah, man, they got friends. They got friends. Adults should be more into the mentoring status, but then you got to watch them because you always got to say, what's your MO? What's your motive? Why? Why are you so, and it's weird because, some kids, you don't want to do them like that because some of them really need that attention, right? So a lot of them looking for the attention, but it's those people that they come after them saying, "Hey, I got them. I got this." You know what I'm saying? And it's always trying to come after the kids. It's always a motive.
Hope your daughter's doing okay. How old is she now?
She's 7.
She's 7. Okay. Not much older than mine. I'm not sure it's fun, but you have personal experience with this, and so it's
right. What do you say after that? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So the guy that actually did that the guy that she's talking about got brought up on porno, doing porno charges and shit. So I mean, I just couldn't, and I salute that woman for advocating for this because this what needs to be done, bro. Like, we gotta do this. This type of stuff needs to be talked about. So I got 2 more videos I'm trying to push through right now. Give me 1 second. But what we're going to do is we'll run this back for the ones that are coming in here. Again, this is about grooming in 2023, some of the signs. And this started with the big thing that a lot of people don't know. Paris Hilton, when her 8th grade teacher groomed and kissed her. Now, we both know if he groomed and kissed her, there was more to it than that. And she put it in her memoir. But I think she, and the sad part, because she didn't know no better, she was in love with this man, which is sick.
Grooming is a problem that we are now seeing all over the U.S. Grooming is a problem that we are now seeing all over the U.S. Just to give you a few headlines from just this month. In Oklahoma, a cheerleading coach was arrested after a student claimed he was in a 5-year sexual relationship with the 45-year-old, saying the two had sex over 300 times. A married cafeteria worker in Connecticut was accused of grooming and sexually assaulting a 14-year-old boy in her car. An elementary school teacher in California now facing up to 29 years in prison as well after allegedly grooming a 13-year-old victim, even keeping a photo of that child in her wallet. Just some of the headlines. Joining us now to discuss grooming and how to protect young children, News Nation contributor, former CIA officer, and
now that's a fact there, Slugger. You know what I'm saying? Slugger says, so what do we say about the administration trying to make these kids be gentrified at an early age? Is that, yes, it is. Is anything that you can go in and, like they say, maintaining and then controlling and maintaining. That's why I say grooming is any which way, because remember they said 4% out of all the categories of grooming, 4% is only where it's aggressive. The rest is just mouthpiecing. You know what I'm saying? It's just mouthpiecing to these kids. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you one, all right? So the reason why I showed y'all this, all right? This one's going to blow. So I'm going to show y'all this. So, okay, so how can I put this without getting, okay, so this is my segue to what I'm showing y'all as far as grooming, right? So I don't know if y'all know who this guy Jeffrey Marsh is, right? You get a chance, go Google this guy, right? Yeah, see, y'all know I'm going to give y'all a crossover right now so we can really talk. So y'all know what grooming is, the maintaining. So there's a guy named Jeffrey Marsh. Jeffrey Marsh has been allegedly been known as been whatever they call him, weird or whatever he did, trying to coerce or groom. All right. So this man, if y'all ever get a chance, just Google him. Just Google him or YouTube him. It's going to blow your mind. So the controversy is this man right here, you know, of course, he's whatever he calls himself. He dresses, he has makeup on, he has sometimes a beard, sometimes he don't. But his whole channel was, some of it was geared towards kids. So did y'all know, and this is why I tell y'all, and people say, well, I know what's going on. Most people don't know this. The controversy with him is he created a Patreon for kids. Did anybody know that? Did anybody know that this guy was telling kids that you're special and say you shouldn't have, what he used the word was no contact with your family and all that, but you can have contact with him. Oh yeah, it gets deep. So this guy not only did that, he created a Patreon, not for 18 and older, but for 18 and younger. So he said he can personally talk to them and not on YouTube. So he's getting a lot of backlash. It was one Muslim woman that was on there too as well. Good morning, honey. It was one Muslim woman that was on there and she used to mock him. But then she also used to say that this is part of grooming. Well, did you know they canceled her channel? Yeah. Oh, you ready for this, E? Let's watch this, E. Let's watch this, E. Oh, let's shake it up a little bit. You know me. I got to shake it up. Check it out. Let's watch it. Rock out, y'all. This is the guy.
Screwed up. It's okay to say so. That's why I made a Patreon, so that we could talk about it, so that we could connect in a way that has more privacy, so that we could talk to each other in a way that's more open and stuff that we would.
Y'all see this? You do see this, right? This is why I'm telling people to get involved with your kids' life. About a bunch of people don't know who this person is. You don't realize this person is bigger than what you think on YouTube. This is what y'all ain't understanding. It's bigger than what we think it is. It's not just because it's in a, you got to go look, because when you find out, then you can be able to expose it. This, yeah, oh, this ain't nothing. Oh, this ain't nothing. Mama bear, I do this. That's why sometimes it takes me a while to do it, because I want to bring the right truth and not just bring anything. So that's why I wanted to segue into that. But yeah, oh yeah, y'all ready? Let's go back. Let's go back, y'all. Y'all know me. It's the Plug Podcast. Hit that button, share, comment, subscribe, y'all. You got it on your Facebook. Hit the share button. Share this. I'm doing this because it's for the kids. Grooming in 2023. Let's go.
Your parents screwed up. It's okay to say so. That's why I made a Patreon, so that we could talk about it, so that we could connect in a way that has more privacy, so that we could talk to each other in a way that's more open and stuff that we wouldn't share like in the comments of a video like this. I think you're worthy and valuable, and I
You see that? See how they play? I think you're worthy. I think you're valuable. You're special.
wanted to spend more connected time with you.
Isn't that part? Yeah. Isn't that isolation? They telling y'all, that's what I'm saying by looking at that. Based off of what they gave you the criteria was. Look at it. Hold on, let me show y'all so we can get this right. All right, so we see that, right? So let's see this. All right, there you go. We're going to show this one more time. Now, when you listening to him talk, you use him as the blueprint. Those are the 6 stages. All right? So, all right? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. So if that's the 6 stages, let's go back and let him finish.
Healing together and hearing your deeply inspiring stories.
Huh? Wait a minute. So you telling me that he want to help them? He wants them to feel good. That's what they do. See, now y'all want to see some other. Let's see my man really in action. Let's see him really in action, y'all. Hit that like button. Check him out now.
Hi, kids. Hey, kids. So you were told repeatedly over years that you're trash, that you're worthless. I am so sorry that you grew up in a household that was chaotic.
See this? Boy, y'all better start. I tell people, man, please do y'all research. Man, there's so many people on this YouTube, bro. That's why it bothers me. Man, I'm telling you, this is why you have to take it. You see something like this, this is not acceptable. And that's just my personal opinion. I can't tell nobody else what to do. But this right here is very disturbing. I watched this from the grooming. I started looking at different things of this grooming thing. I'm like, whoa, and then I come across this guy. And this guy, people don't even know. Let me tell y'all, he just changed his Patreon. A lot of people don't know that. After all this backlash, the backlash went on for about 2-3 weeks. See, what we're so focused on, the real world was focusing on him. And people were exposing him. And because he was so big, people were covering it up. And then it finally, because when he did, let me tell you how brave, it was okay. Nobody said nothing to him at first till he created a Patreon for little kids. I ain't making this up. Let's go.
You don't deserve to feel bad all the time. Here are 3 ways to know when help is sliding. Here are 3 reasons that you are a good person. Here are 3 ways you can enjoy your childhood trauma.
You hear that? Here are 3 ways. Boy. Ooh, y'all don't know sometimes it's hard for me to do this. Oh my God. He said these are 3 ways you can enjoy your childhood trauma. How? 3 ways? This is crazy, y'all. And this one right here, this is where the big, I know, creepy. Look, this is the one for kids only now. I want to take you kids and parents, watch this. Now check this out, for kids only.
I want to talk to the kids. Your parents made mistakes. You can't blame the parents. Of course they can. I'm just concerned about the children. Your parents screwed up. If you do not have a family that loves you, I'm going to be your family.
See that? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We ain't even got to the whole, Please, guys, that's what I'm saying. I just said it, so we're going to show it again now. Let's show it again. All right. Yes, that's what he doing, T. Trying to mesmerize him. Yeah. And we got to understand, target the child. Gain the child and the caregiver's trust. That's why they put, when they said kids, this is for parents and for kids only. So gain the child and the caregiver's trust. Feel a need. Oh, you're well loved. If no one loves you, I do. Isolate the child. Hey, I'm really trying to do, yeah, and the music too. Hey, I'm trying to do a Patreon to help sexualize and maintain control. To make people think to just trust him. Now, here we go, y'all. Let's keep going.
Marcy, I really do love you. I'm not playing a character here. I see the real you. I know you. People always say, Jeffrey, it feels like you're talking right to me. And that's because I am. I hope.
You see that? This shit getting, wow, this is nuts, dog. Y'all don't know. It's like this is, and he's on, this is his YouTube channel. This was his channel. This was promoted for kids. And I guess, I know it couldn't have been from, I don't even know what, no disrespect. I don't know what parent would sit down with their child while they're watching TV. And I don't know. I don't know. 98% of the world are predators in some form. That's why I said in Babylon, yeah, it's foolish these laws and land is set up to protect 90. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, reality, this is reality is warped as hell when you go to looking at it. It's sickening.
Hope you got the message by now that you are.
Snoop, show your love.
Something. I know that you're worth something. I just think about you a lot. You can ask me anything. That's why I.
You see that? And that's why I tell you, yeah, I share this white boy too. Yes, please. Yes, he needs to. Yeah, I might have to hit Matt. Yeah, definitely. Because this is the type of stuff we got to target these type of people, dog. You know what I'm saying? If this is bad. So I don't know if you know, show your love. This is about in 2023. I know you have a daughter. 2023, you know what I'm saying? Grooming has went up 80%. And these are kids that from 12 to 15, they're coming in the age that are very impressionable. So I showed them because it started off, I was telling about Paris Hilton did this memoir. And then in the memoir, what she did was talk about how she was in love with her 8th grade teacher. So that in a segue into grooming. And then I wanted to show everybody, this was a guy named Jeffrey Marsh that was on YouTube. And it was a big controversy a couple of weeks ago. You can go and look him up. And he was so bold and brazen, and people were following him, which I don't, like I said, it shows you reality, that he created a Patreon for little kids. It talked to them about how much he cared and loved them. Sick. It's sick. Let's keep going, y'all. Hit that like button.
So that we could talk about it, so that we could connect in a way that has privacy. And if you want to hear from me on a personal level, just let me know. And I didn't know these private videos were.
So you see that? That was his Patreon. That was the one that's on private. More about sex for the Patreon for little kids. Man, I can't make this up, bro. Please, man, y'all monitor y'all babies, man. The last thing I wanted anybody to have to go through, and man, that would crush anybody, bro. You taking something from me that you're not supposed to take.
Be some of the most fulfilling work that I do. There's no such thing as a boy, girl. It's good for children to see LGBTQIs and LGBTQ people. Biological sex is fake.
What? And see what I'm saying? He's talking, bro, listen, he's talking to kids. He said biological sex is fake. Bro. Wow, boy, this is crazy. Look, see that? Join me on Patreon for exclusive and BTS content. This is crazy. This is what I don't get. And no disrespect to the tube. Come on, man. You stop the ones that want to push and they want people to push positive out. I don't know. It's just like, But this man had many of followers. Yeah.
There are 3 reasons why sex is difficult, and you can request anything you want from me. People want what I have. It's okay to feel all of your complicated feelings. There's a causation between false stories in media and us. And I keep wondering, who is the real danger to children? So,
you hear that? You hear that? He want to know who's the real danger. See how he switched it? He making the parent, man, that shit's, man, this is crazy. Y'all don't know the stuff I read. Some stuff I might tell my wife some part of it, but the other part of it, that's what sometimes I don't even get in it. I don't want to sometimes. It's crazy, bro. Real spill. I'm just being, so now he's going to get into the no contact part. Check this out.
You're going no contact. You're considering going no contact.
You see that? You see that? No contact. Now let's go back. Salute, Mr. Smith. What is this? Yeah. No, this is reality. This is reality. This is an actual person that's a YouTuber that they went after because of that. So there it is again, 6 stages of grooming. See what I'm saying? Turning our children against us. That's what I'm just saying. Isolating a child, then also sexualizing relationship and maintaining control. Let's keep going.
You're semi 25% of the way toward an open door on the subject of no contact. And you
see, and this is why I said it's certain words. Like I sit around, you hear people. So when you hear somebody saying, hey, something about your kid, and this is for the people who have young folks. That's what I'm saying. Like you hear stuff like no contact and all that. I ain't know what the hell. We don't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't our lane, but you got to understand that they pick up stuff and other people. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just what it is.
You're feeling guilty. I'm no contact with my family.
See, there it is. Y'all hear it? See, I'm showing y'all breaking. Now we going to play book and break this down. Here you go. What'd he say? Isolate the child. I have no contact with my family. See, feeling the need and isolating the child. This shit just, when I watched that groom and I got to look, and man, you'll be amazed if you listen to some of these YouTubers now. Watch them. I'm telling y'all, watch them. They throw keywords in there to throw people off that only certain people will pick that up in whatever they're dealing with.
All of them. Siblings, parents, extended family, cousins, everybody. The thing I wanted to point out to you today in this video about going no contact is I didn't consider my own feelings.
Shit crazy. Us parents are slowly, yeah. I mean, if I can't even access my child's record online. That's what I'm saying. And he's 15. That's what I'm saying. And these people like that know that.
As painful as it is, being a person who goes no contact is nothing compared to the daily pain you've been in from being in relationship with these folks.
See? Relationship. Man, this dude right here, boy, he textbook, man. He thought he threw it certain words. Now that's why they give it. And then again, that's not how I rock, not my culture. But you gotta know that you're operating out there. They say 1 foot in and 1 foot out of that world. You know what I'm saying?
I love you.
That's right. Please pay attention who speaks to your child on the internet. That's why when most parents get their kids stuff, they don't have access to none of that stuff. Half of them their kids don't even follow them on their social media platform. And then if they follow them, they want to be more cool with them. No, it's more of just monitoring. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a monitoring thing to get them to be cool so they can be able to monitor so you can have that relationship with your kid, not some person that look like that. Like just even that alone for a bunch of kids to even look at a person like that and think that's normal, man. That shit just don't even make sense. And we got 90 people in the building. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all rocking with me today. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep on building. So I'm gonna drop this, I'm gonna drop the link. You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to come on here? If they got something they want to say about this situation or about just grooming and what we have to do as parents and things of that nature. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull up this other video as well. So yeah, that's why I said, so I personally don't get it. You feel me? I don't like all of us said, why are they doing this? Why would they do this? Why would they do this to these kids and put them in a situation like that when it shouldn't be like that? Why would you want to do that? And again, it's because the parents, we got to start saying, hell no, man, you ain't finna do that. Yeah, I wanted to bring awareness to this because it's things like that. So for the people that don't know, again, this whole thing is about grooming in 2023, and we're going to keep building. So I'm going to go back to reference. The first initial video, again, was with Paris Hilton that segued off, and they were talking about 80% of the kids nowadays are being groomed more and more by these adults. So it's becoming a problem, which we all know has been like that. But like the woman said, now people are telling more, which is a good thing.
It's a problem that we are now seeing all over the U.S. Just to give you a few headlines from just this month. In Oklahoma, a cheerleading coach was arrested after a student claimed he was in a 5-year sexual relationship with the 45-year-old, saying that the two had sex over 300 times. A married cafeteria worker in Connecticut was accused of grooming and sexually assaulting a 14-year-old boy in her car. In elementary.
That's it, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Lunch lady, 14-year-old, teacher of the year. Yeah, that was that one woman teacher. He allegedly slept with groomed student photo. Kept his photo in her wallet. That shit's crazy. Like she kept his pictures and stuff. She was in love with him. And she was teacher of the year.
School teacher in California now facing up to 29 years in prison as well after allegedly grooming a 13-year-old victim, even keeping a photo of that child in her wallet. Just some of the headlines. Joining us now to discuss grooming and how to protect young children, News Nation contributor, former CIA officer, and former CIA special agent, Tracy Walter. Hi there, Tracy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So I would think most people have heard of or know Paris Hilton, new memoir out, and she's certainly drawing attention to it. Here's part of what Paris Hilton describes in her memoir of what happened to her. There's a nickname for her teacher. She writes, quote, "Mr. Abercrombie called me almost every night. We talked for hours about how amazingly mature, beautiful, and intelligent I was, how central, misunderstood, and special." Is this sort of like the typical case of grooming, and why are we seeing so much of this now?
So, Blake, that's a great question. I think one of the biggest reasons is online access. The FBI reported in 2022 an 80% increase in online grooming activity, and the people that were most affected was the 12 to 15-year-old kind of age group, and those are the
And those are the ones that, yep, and like they say, most of the time they're going through their transitional period. You know, girls go into womanhood or start going into womanhood. Boys start, pre-teen and going to teen as manhood. So they're stuck in an identity crisis. You know what I'm saying? So then you got somebody that come in like my man come in and tell them all of a sudden the people that's been taking care of you all your life didn't really love you and really don't have the best interest in you. And he has the best interest in you. So that way, and let's keep it a secret. So come on my Patreon, you're going to pay money. And then from there, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know how to do what I do. And you don't have to blame nobody about it. But you got to keep it in secret, though.
that age group that's the newest really to social media, quite frankly. And really only 4% of the outreach in terms of grooming was really aggressive, so really obvious in nature. And I think that's probably the biggest thing leading to this increase or this spike, particularly.
Look, you're
And she's at, okay, so that being said, and again, salute to Slugger too, because Slugger was mentioning something earlier, right? Yeah, good morning. Sorry I'm late. Now my hubs is having these. No, salute to you, Dolly Bear. We're just sitting here talking about, and that was the whole thing about grooming, Dolly Bear. I don't know if you know, in 2023, it's been an 80% increase. Paris Hilton, again, like I'm telling everybody, Paris Hilton was the one who did a memoir. In her memoir, she was talking about how basically she had a relationship with her 8th grade teacher, and he was like 40. So they were talking about grooming and how grooming has started to infiltrate even more, and you're seeing more and more of it. And like we're saying in the school systems, we're saying with the teachers, the administrative, like that's why I was segueing in what Slugger said, the administrative, and they're teaching it. And I'm glad Slugger said that, because based off of that, he was right on point. So I want to go back to what Slugger was saying, and let's go off of what he was saying with this. Check this video out.
Board now to immediately remove a book from school libraries. The book is called Gender Queer. It's
Now, I don't know if y'all ever heard about this. These books, it's just in New Jersey, right? New Jersey, they just banned it. So they're going around state to state. People are fighting for this. These books, I don't know if y'all heard about it, these books are in the school libraries. Did you know that? A lot of people don't know that. All right? But these books are in the library. These are for your kids to get. And then they also, you know what? This is crazy. It's like one of them back in the days, like them, you know, them adult shops. You can actually, you can actually get the uncensored. That's just the light version. The librarian at the school will give you the uncensored version. When we don't have it here, I think they banned it here in some parts in the South. But that book is still around. So let me show y'all that book.
memoir of the author's journey of self-identity, especially with the sexuality and gender, claiming it's pornographic. Connor Steffen takes a closer look at the controversy.
Explicit pornography,
graphic illustrations, full nudity,
or a tool for self-discovery.
The right of every individual to both seek and receive information from all points of view.
Two drastically different yet equally impassioned views on this book, titled Gender Queer, at the center of discussions during a JCPS decision-making board meeting Thursday.
I am here to defend access.
They're going to let this filthy pornography go on in our schools? But that's why we are here.
See that? And this is where it started. People don't know that. These are books, again, and salute to them parents, man. Those are parents that go to these schools and they stay on their neck. Because other than that, if nobody goes, I keep saying, if nobody goes to the schools, what's going to happen is, what's going to happen is they're going to put it out there. Like in most of the schools, like I said, I always ask parents, you go up to school? Yeah, I go to the school. And I'm like, okay. So there's a lot of things in that school I be wanting to tell them. But what happens is, well, why they do that? They shouldn't do that. Somebody should do something. Well, it takes the parents to say you can't bring that in. Like back in the days, the PTA meetings and all that, the teachers used to go to and the parents went to, and the mamas used to go to. The mama used to always go to the PTA booster clubs, all that stuff. That's why that's there. But whoever puts the money behind the booster, if you're not one of them, you don't have a say-so. And the only way you have a say-so if you go up there.
Reporters on both sides passionately debating whether to remove the book from JCPS library shelves. The matter brought to the board's attention after parent Miranda Stovall asked two schools to get rid of the book, then appealing to Superintendent Marty Polio. Both requests were ultimately rejected. A majority of grievances with the 240-page memoir are contained to a handful of pages that describe and depict various sexual activities.
And looking through the entirety of the book, it's clear it fits under the definition of obscene matters or material. There are certainly instances where material would have some bona fide educational use.
Though Stovall's attorney argues not in JCPS libraries, a stance the district's chief librarian, Dr. Lynn Reynolds, disagrees with.
And that's what I'm saying. Now, look, that's her. She's arguing the fact it's okay. Why would they put, like, come on, man. Like, come on. Everybody else is like, bro, it's and she disagrees. She argues with the book. And here's the thing about it. I don't know if she ain't looked in the book, but you know what I'm saying, as far as the videos where they talk about the book, the book is not, it's not respectful at all. It has nothing to do with it. It's like a little porn magazine. That's just what it is. Yeah, this is happening. People are seeing evil wrong before, and things are good things, and good things is evil. And yeah, it's like it's switched. Listen to this woman.
A book has literary value when readers gain something of value from it, such as deeper knowledge or new ideas. In addition, the book impacts the reader and society as a whole.
How? It gives new ideas. Did you hear what she said? See, and she's reading from paper. She ain't even looking up. She's reading what somebody told her to write. They paying her. Come on, lady.
Agrees with.
A book has literary value when readers gain something of value from it, such as deeper knowledge or new ideas. In addition, the book impacts the reader and society as a whole.
In her remarks, Reynolds, citing the high suicide rate within the LGBTQ+ community, said for students struggling with sexuality or identity, the book's impact could be immeasurable.
LGBT experiences from literature creates a sense of otherness for queer and trans people, especially queer and trans youth.
She added that a dangerous precedent could be set with the banning of this one.
How? If no one ever even knew what the book was, if you don't know what the book, how is it going to set a precedent of damage and repercussions and all this other big word stuff? Nobody knew who y'all guys pushed the book and got mad because parents said, wait a minute. No, that don't make sense because they're not talking about, why would they want to, like, that's like, you don't do it for kids that, you know what I'm saying, that are straight. You can't go to the library like back in the day, go to the library and see we can find some sexual books. They didn't have that back in elementary school. Yeah.
Book, one that could lead to countless other pieces of useful literature being taken from students. The board will make its decision sometime within the next 60 days. In Louisville.
That's crazy, y'all. That's what I'm telling y'all. And again, this goes back to what I tell you, like when Slugger was saying about the grooming part, and he's absolutely right. Absolutely right. So that was one where y'all saw right there, right? So we saw that one right there, and I'm just giving y'all some. Yeah, it makes no sense. So I'm just giving y'all a little bit on this. So peep this out. Let's see. I got another one for y'all. So, all right. So this one right here, I'm going to show y'all. This one, again, a salute to these parents and these PTAs and these people that go up there and fight. Some of these people don't play that. So this is in Dearborn, Michigan. Again, like I'm telling you, I'm just showing y'all in different cities. That was, I forgot what that one was, but that was just the whole like general purpose of it, what it was all about. But here, this one right here, this one's in Dearborn. Check this one out. This one got serious. This one got serious.
Since a lot of security guards, but no.
And see, and I'm going to say something. People don't realize that's one of the main reasons. Remember when they came out with, they locked the parents up. The parents was irate. Remember doing that whole time, and they tried to blame it on, with the mandate when people were sick and da-da-da-da-da. No, they started putting that in place because they didn't want the parents to come up here to make a big deal about what they were really trying to do. Salute, King. You know what I'm saying? So check this out.
tense moments and heated exchanges at Dearborn School Board meeting Thursday night as parents, residents, and community stakeholders sounded off on LGBTQ books in the district's library system.
For the LGBT community, the majority of parents are not here to attack your right to exist in a free society. Criticism.
And that's what people need to understand. Nobody's here. Nobody's there to attack nobody. But you know what I'm saying? I just feel like you pushing and pressuring kids that let me make that decision for my child. So I'm held responsible, not anybody else.
Criticism of age inappropriate content is not criticism of the LGBT community.
This was actually round 2 for the board, which suspended Monday's meeting over safety concerns. The massive turnout in the smaller space broke the fire code. Capacity was limited to about 600 people inside the Stout Middle School auditorium. Those who could not get in filled overflow spaces. Almost everyone wanted to weigh in on the issue at hand.
Banning LGBT books isn't going to stop anyone from being gay. It will just make them miserable and alienate them, and the consequences might be fatal.
Dearborn Schools is reviewing 6 library books, including This Book is Gay and All Boys Are Not Blue, after a parent complained about them.
See what I'm saying? That's some of the books that they're trying to push. Like, that's crazy. Not all little boys are blue. I don't know, like, why would you use that as a title if you're just focusing on what them as people? What?
Saying they were sexually explicit and inappropriate for kids.
A normal, psychologically sound and stable mind would come to a conclusion that that specific material is nothing but sexually explicit.
Those who disagree say this uproar is not about books at all.
So let's stop pretending this is about protecting children from books. We all know this is about erasing our LGBTQ students and staff.
No, it's not. This has not. This is why I don't understand why people don't understand it has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that. Everything got to be in decent and order, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what about the child? That's like if you at work, you can't just see this. Is what I'm saying? Like, you at work, you can't pop up explicit stuff at your job and just freely do it. Just like, why would you want a kid sitting in the library with they in there and they go to get the book? What if little kids are just want to make fun and be, I'm gonna check the book out? What happens then? Or if they read it trying to be funny, but then they get to looking at it and they're getting sexually aroused off something that's confusing because they're going through a change in life. Let them figure that out with their parents, not bringing it to the public. It's a public school.
It was literally written on signs people brought to the meeting on Monday.
The pushback against the LGBTQ books has made unlikely bedfellows out of Muslims and some political conservatives. GOP candidates Christina Caramo and Matt DePerno and Republican lawmaker Jim Runstad and Matt Maddock were front and center at Thursday's meeting.
Our community, like many others across the country, is being intentionally divided by political players whose agenda revolves around.
Yeah, see, and to me, this is deeper than what we think, dog. That's why I go to these schools. It's deeper than what we think, dog. Like they say, it's deeper than rap. This is some serious stuff, dog, that they're doing. And again, a lot of people just are not aware of this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but we're behind. You know what I'm saying? As parents and some of the stuff that I watch, I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that. And I'd be like, I know somebody else. And I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain things. It's just like, I mean, come on, man. Like, come on. I'm gonna give y'all another one. I'm gonna give you another one to rock with before we leave out here too. Let me get it together first. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this, man. You know what I'm saying? Is it getting too far left, far out of control? And I mean, come on, man. I mean, this right here. Like I said again, it's grooming. Everything is now surrounded around the kids. Remember, they say the kids are our future, and they're fully aware of that. They fully, whomever it is targeting kids. Remember back during Christmas time, they used to have you spending money around Christmas time because the kids needed to have that toy. Now it's like putting the same type of energy with the phones. Get the phones. Parents said, "Man, I just want to be there. I don't want them to be mad at me." Mom, Jake and them have a phone. Everybody's got a phone except me. And then you feel bad and you give in, knowing damn well your kid can't even clean the bathroom or wash their tail good or brush their teeth every day, but you want to give them access to this phone where you think that they're going to make the right decision. It's impossible. It's like gambling and going to give your money away at the same time. It's like I'm going to the casino. What you going, man? You gonna win? Man, I plan on giving my money away. Yeah, I'm gonna give my money away this week. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand it's deeper than that. Yeah, it's deeper than that. I'm not gonna front. You're giving it away. And if you're gonna do it, put some type of stipulations, put something on it where you have to say that, or hey, when you on the phone, come on, I don't want to see you going nowhere else because you don't know what your kid's doing. A lot of them get bullied, a lot of them get put on there, a lot of them get, and then when you find out, it's when everybody else already know before you do. That's the hurtful part. Yeah, parents and grandparents aren't going to step up, help the children. Who do they expect to tell? Yeah, that's a fact. No, you're absolutely right. And that's the crazy part. And it should be more and more to that point. All right. So see if I can pull up one more for y'all before we get out of here. But yeah, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. But yeah, this whole thing right here again, this is about again kids. This is about the grooming and how they do kids. And what y'all watch the Jeffrey Marsh thing and how he was and how, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a guy that was on a damn YouTube that was making serious money. Again, making serious bread. See what I'm saying? Making serious bread. And at the same damn time, messing. Oh, you all right? You all right? So again, I'm gonna show y'all one more time. I know y'all don't want to see that, but we're gonna play this guy right here. And you heard him, this guy Jeffrey Marsh right here. Check him out. One more again.
Screwed up. It's okay to say so. That's why I made a Patreon, so that we could talk about it, so that we could connect in a way that has more privacy, so that we could talk to each other in a way that's more open and stuff that we wouldn't share like in the comments of a video like this. I think you're worthy and valuable, and I wanted to spend more connected time with you, healing together and hearing your deeply inspiring stories.
So as you heard, he want to give you deeply inspiring stories. And he was the one, like I said again, he was the one that created that Patreon. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just truly, to me, man, truly unfortunate, man. I was trying to pull up this other one, but you already know. As I'm trying to pull it up, it won't let me pull it up. So it's all good. But, you know, I just want to see what you guys got to think, what you guys think about that situation. Because at the end of the day, we got to do better. If you knew better, you do better. And that's the reason why I'm bringing awareness to it. I'm trying to get people to totally understand that it's way past what we think. When you got social media, I don't know how many content creators, you know what I'm saying, in social media. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just don't know how many content creators there is. But at the end of the day, I look at it from a bigger picture. I look at it that, man, this stuff is getting out of control. And yeah, but we also have to jump out there and say, you know what? We ain't gonna allow this shit. What we gonna do is we gonna mess around and we gonna at least, if I can't do nothing else, I'm at least put it in the forefront. You know what I mean? I'm at least gonna put it in the forefront and let people know. Cause this right here, man, it's just way too much. But it is what it is. So I appreciate everybody coming in, rocking with your boy, throwing down on the ground like the hungry hound. We did it again. You know what I'm saying? We had another great one. I appreciate everybody coming in. Tap in with your boy a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and let's see what the business is. But again, 80% of this year, when you see it, y'all know the signs, y'all heard the signs. Pay attention, dog. Pay attention. Yeah, he had a Patreon. Yeah, he had a Patreon for little kids. Yep, yep. And he just got exposed not too long ago. Not a problem, T. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got people steady popping up in here. I'm trying to get the last video to go, but you know, for some reason, it seems like it wants to freeze up on me. Let's see if we can try it one more time for you guys. See if I can pull it up. Yeah, for some reason it ain't let me pull it up. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna run it back. We got more people coming in here. So let's just we're gonna play this back about the grooming thing. You know what I'm saying? Why I work on this and see what I can do. But again, salute to everybody coming here. 179 in the building. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. So let's go.
Is a problem that we are now seeing all over the U.S. Just to give you a few headlines from just this month. In Oklahoma, a cheerleading coach was arrested after a student claimed he was in a 5-year sexual relationship with the 45-year-old, saying the two had sex over 300 times. A married cafeteria worker in Connecticut was accused of grooming and sexually assaulting a 14-year-old boy in her car. An elementary school teacher in California now facing up to 29 years in prison as well after allegedly grooming a 13-year-old victim, even keeping a photo of that child in her wallet. Just some of the headlines. Joining us now to discuss grooming and how to protect young children, News Nation contributor, former CIA officer, and former CIA special agent, Tracy Walter. Hi there, Tracy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So I would think most people have heard of or know Paris Hilton, new memoir out, and she's certainly drawing attention to it. Here's part of what Paris Hilton describes in her memoir of what happened to her. There's a nickname for her teacher. She writes, quote, "Mr. Abercrombie called me almost every night. We talked for hours about how amazingly mature, beautiful, and intelligent I was, how central, misunderstood, and special." Is this sort of like the typical case of grooming, and why are we seeing so much of this now?
So, Blake, that's a great question. I think one of the biggest reasons is online access. The FBI reported in 2022 an 80%
Salute everybody. Can you hear me out there?